Good morning and welcome to Schenectady today in and around the Capital Region. We're so happy you're joining us today, and I hope that you're having a beautiful day. Every day's been so nice recently, and I think we're on a roll to get some good weather here for a while. We have a great lineup today, but first I want to mention, I did tell someone that I would mention the science walk that's coming up, and we have a flyer up there that we're just mentioning that to you if you'd like to do that. It's a great event for kids and everyone else, actually. But we're going to be speaking with our different topics today. We're going to be talking with Brown School. We'll be talking from Schenectady Light Opera. We'll be talking with the Albany Civic Theater. We'll be talking with the U.S.-China People's Friendship Association. The Philadelphia Bronze, what's that? Well, you're going to be surprised when you find out what the Philadelphia Bronze is all about. And then the Hispanic Coalition will be on, and we'll be talking about their 40 under 40 rising stars. But we're going to start right out with our first, by the way, all of our breaks today will be the Gospel Jubilee, because that's coming up here at Proctor's, and we did some filming a while back, so we're going to show some of that during our breaks. We're going to start out with Brown School. They're having a run. Tell me more about the run, Patty.
Well, the run will be taking place on Saturday, April 29th in Central Park, and it's a color run. Liz can probably tell you a little bit about the color
you're
run.
You're organizer, right?
I am.
Yeah.
I am. So our color run, again, it's taking place April 29th in Central Park, and the idea is to get kids outside, to get families outside, and it's a color run to get kids more involved and interested in running. So as participants are going through this course, which is just over 3 miles, we have people on the side every quarter of a mile blasting you with this non-toxic colored powder. So people on the outside will get covered head to toe in all these different colors. People in the middle.
That is kind of a cute idea, isn't it?
It's so much fun. And you can get a little color, you can get a lot of color, and then at the end of the day, it just all washes off.
It washes off,
But
yeah.
it gets the kids excited to be outside and moving, which is really important.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt the clothes or the body or anything.
Nothing. It's cornstarch and food-safe coloring
Oh,
dye.
okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. What a great, well, where did you get the idea for that?
I have been doing lots of races the past couple years, and color runs have been taking off. They're based off an Indian holiday called Holi, where people go outside and they celebrate each other.
Yeah,
by throwing
H-O-L-I.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we were thinking, what's a fun way to get people aware about Brown School? How do we get our kids outside?
Of course, brown is a color.
Of
That's
course,
right.
It's a color. But we
It's a
wanted
mixture.
to also find something that was going to celebrate and honor our 10th anniversary of Mind Up. And running for me and many other people, it's a very personal thing while also being a community activity, which is what Mind Up is. It's a social emotional program, so kids are learning to reflect on themselves, but to help you aware of everyone else around them. So while you're running, you're being aware of your body, your pace, your breath, and then how's the person next to me doing? Are they struggling? Do they need my encouragement? Do they need my help? So
Which
you're
will be
building
me.
No, I was going to say that was your knee.
Exactly. But yes, we have lots of people running. We have a lot of people walking.
I was going to say, usually you
families
run,
with
people will walk
strollers
as well.
going, and my 1-year-old is going to be there in her stroller going right along.
Yeah, and can they bring their dog or cat? Or I guess you can't do a cat. Cats don't run
might
well.
be interesting on a leash, but dogs are certainly welcome as long as they're leashed.
They're leashed. Okay, so that would be kind of fun. So it is for the whole
Exactly.
family, and
Full
you know,
family.
if you have a dog, it's part of the family, correct?
Weather report just came out. It's supposed to be low 70s,
I heard that.
partly cloudy, so perfect day to be outside.
Yeah. So we're just going to have some great weather for you. And what are you raising money for? Anything?
We are. We're raising money for Brown School and to continue with programs like Mind Up and just to continue building a very joyful community of learners. So this was a way to bring our school out to the community, also to have some support from the community.
And what grades do you have at the school?
Well, we're excited because we've typically been nursery through 8th grade for a number of years, and in September we are starting with our first year of high school. So we will build 1 year at a time.
Oh, that's really a great
It is.
idea.
It is
yeah,
exciting.
Yeah, and then the
So-
first graduating class will be entering in September.
That's right. That's right.
How
So
cool is
we're
that?
we're very excited about
And
that.
where are you located?
We are located on Coral Ear Street, which is right down if you're
It's off
familiar,
Console
it's
Road.
off Console. It's between Console and State. So it's
Right.
kind of set in.
Was that the old Notre Dame?
It's the old Notre Dame Girls High School.
Yeah.
And people are familiar with the Blue Ribbon Diner. We're right down the block.
Yeah.
So we're set in, but we're trying to make our presence heard in the community.
Now, you mentioned that some of this money would be going to Mind Up. Did I hear you say
Well,
that? And I don't
to
quite
support,
understand.
To support our programs, one of them being Mind Up. This is our 10th year anniversary with Mind Up, which is a social emotional curriculum, as Liz explained before, that comes from the Horn Foundation. So it's a discussion of mindful practice of breathing, teaching children to be reflective, a little less reactive. It brings in neuroscience and positive psychology, and we teach our kids about their brain and how their brain works and how they can get it to work for them. So we're teaching optimism and empathy.
Kind of an unusual thing for schools to do, but it seems to me you're always on the forefront of
Yeah,
something.
I think you're seeing more and more of it out there, but we were, I think, the leaders. We were the first in the country to adopt this program, and now there are over 1 million students partaking in Mind Up around the world. So we're very excited.
And how large is your school?
Our school is just a little over 200, so
Okay.
we're a nice size, small
So you
classes.
have a good ratio to
Oh yeah, yeah.
student to teacher to student.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Yeah, yeah. we're
Yes.
small
And
class
are you
sizes.
a teacher as well, or?
No, I work in the office,
Okay.
but it's fun considering how many people are going to say they work for their mom.
Oh gosh. Oh, so your mom.
I'm glad she said it was fun.
Well, but you know, it's the point is you both have the heart in what you do, and that's the important thing. I know that you have a nice fine arts department as well.
We do. We have an extraordinary fine arts, our art department, from nursery right on up, as well as our music program. So our younger students, our Little Folks Musical, just celebrated our Mind Up program again in a concert and show, and we take strong precaution to make sure that the arts are lively in the education program.
Well, you know, we do talk about STEM, which is your science, technology,
Right.
et cetera. But now they're adding the A in there for
STEAM, right?
Yeah,
And
so
we try to put a little STEAM
little-
into every little kid that comes on through. So
little arts with it. So if you're interested in, can anybody join in your run? Or do they
Everyone.
have to be part of the school?
They
No.
don't. We're opening it up to the community. We want everyone to know about Brown School, get interested and involved, but for everyone to get outside and just start moving and connect with the community.
And get a little color.
Get
A little color.
on yourself.
Maybe not in your cheeks so much,
Little
but it
purple,
could be
little
anywhere
pink.
else.
Exactly.
Good.
yeah.
Well, it's called the Color Run, and it's over at Central Park, and it's being held on the 29th of April, which is a Saturday, of course. And there is an entry to join in, but it's a fundraiser, so this is a way for you to get some exercise, to get out and have some fun, and also to get a little color run. I love that. That's a
Thank
cute
you.
idea. So I want to thank you both for being
Thank
here
you.
and doing such great work with the school, and to encourage kids to be more mindful.
Definitely.
I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break, and our break will be the Gospel Jubilee. You'll see some of the footage from previous years, just to give you an idea. And if you haven't gotten your ticket, it's always a great thing to do. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking with Representative Schenectady Light Opera about how to succeed in business without even trying. I don't know if that's possible, but we're going to find out about it. Stay tuned. Great. Good. Thank you.
I've got to make it to heaven somehow. I'm too close. In this Christian race, I'm too close. Listen here. I
with me, behind me, I have Amy Clark. She's the co-producer of How to Succeed in Business Without Even Trying over at SLOC. And then next to her is Elizabeth Corey, and then next to me is Nicholas Edwards, and then we have Christine Miglino, and you've been on before too. You've got a great voice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I remember that from your last appearance. But anyway, I'm sure all the other voices are good too. I don't mean that, but I just happen to remember her. So anyway, we're going to be talking about the play or musical called How to Succeed in Business Without Even Trying. So Amy, take it away.
Well, it's How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, and we're performing.
I like the really
trying. And we're performing the first 2 weekends in May 5th through the 14th, and we hope everyone checks it out. Particularly a Mother's Day celebration would be coming. So I urge everybody right now watching this morning, put down that mango smoothie, get over to a computer, internet, and order your tickets, slocktheater.org.
Great. So what's this about? Elizabeth, you're in the play. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yes, so it's the story of a young businessman.
Oh, and here he is, right here, sitting right next to me.
He actually doesn't start out as a businessman. He
You're a
starts
courier?
out,
Window washer, actually.
Window washer, okay.
and he has this handy-dandy little guide that is teaching him how to succeed in business, and
Without even trying.
without really trying. That's right. And so it's about his climb through the corporate world and kind of all the little shenanigans that happen along the way.
Never.
Because there's all kinds of different dynamics in an office place, and kind of the experiences that he goes through as he tries to rise to the top.
And what's your part?
I play the part of Smitty. I'm one of the secretaries, kind of one of the secretaries who does work. Seems that a lot of other people in the business place don't do much work.
Well, it is a musical, so.
That's right. And I am the best friend of Rosemary.
Okay.
And yes, so I kind of am her guidance, trying to guide her along, and also a little bit of a matchmaker over the course of the show.
So let's talk to the guy who's climbing up the corporate ladder. Nicholas, tell me about your part.
Well, I play J. Pierpont Finch. He starts out as a window washer, and through the use of his book called How to Succeed, he attempts to rise to the top of the Worldwide Wicket Company.
Worldwide Wicked?
Yep, Worldwide Wicket Company.
Okay.
He goes through getting a few people fired, goes through a couple ladies in the process, and still comes out as the hero of the story at the end. So it's pretty exciting.
Okay, and you all sing in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know Christine does, because she has to sing.
She has such a beautiful voice. Being on stage with these two is amazing. They just have the voices of angels, and she's the songbird of our generation, I always say.
Oh, well, so Christine, tell me about your part. Are you the romantic interest?
He is my romantic interest, so as soon as he shows up, Rosemary is sort of captivated by him, and she wants him to be her husband, her everything. He's what she's been waiting for. So
But he is.
he is oblivious at
That's
first.
that's how men are.
Sort of true. He doesn't discover it till later on that he has feelings for her as well. So she sort of catches him by surprise, I think, and she wants to be there to support him, as he deals with like a cantankerous boss, or like there's this one character, Bud Frump, who's very funny, who tries to take him down. He's sort of like the fungus of the office.
The what?
Like the fungus. Like he's just
I thought she said.
no one likes him. Like
He's just terrible.
he's an awful human, but also he's quite funny too. So there's
Is it a comedy?
yes.
Okay. And Amy, look, and tell me, how large is your cast? And I mean, I know you're not the director, but you certainly have to deal with all of
These
it.
guys, well, it's been a joy meeting them. It's directed wonderfully by Michael Camello, well known around.
He's a great. I thought maybe he'd be on the show. He's
well
always
known
such a
around,
great. Yeah.
yes, the area, and it's literally it's my pleasure, it's my gift to meet these people and work with such talented. I'm behind the scenes for a reason. I don't need to be on stage. This is a little much for me, but for them, watching them is a joy. So
Yeah.
it's a great experience. I'm glad to have met them. People from all over the capital region.
How large is cast?
It's about 30 people.
30 people. Wow, that's a lot. But is there going to be any dancing or anything?
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Okay, who's the
No musical
choreographer?
theater is complete
No,
without
I know.
choreography.
Who's the choreographer?
Trish Dumbling Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Scott Demling?
Yeah,
Demling Scott.
yeah, I
Yes.
know.
Yeah, okay.
It's really great. And who's the director?
Michael Camello, as I
Oh,
spoke
you
about
did say
before.
Michael, yeah.
Adrian Sherman is our
Because
musical.
sometimes I think of Michael being the musical director, but he's not. He's
No,
the
that'll be
director.
Adrian Sherman.
Okay.
And I'm co-producing with Joe Ross.
Okay, so you've got quite a background in it.
team.
Great
And
team.
of course, my favorite question is, who did the set?
Oh, we are blessed to have the talents of Mark Christopher, painting and doing all that scenic set piece work, and a team, of course, helping to build all that. But with his vision, it's absolutely stunning. You have to come and check it out.
Well, and I have to remind people that they are now located in St. John the Baptist, former St. John the Baptist Church, which they have done a beautiful job with. And I do want to mention that there's not a bad seat in the house. I mean, for a while there, they were kind of on some of the same levels, but now it's all tiered up, so that you got a great seat no matter where you sit in,
Yes,
in the
they
theater.
just got all new seating. There's tiered seating. You're exactly right. There really isn't a bad seat in the house.
Right, and there's a balcony if you want to sit up in the balcony as well. But it's one of the things that I find really fascinating about their sets is that they're able to use so much of the stage and beyond.
Agreed. In fact, if people come and check it out, they'll see we have a 2-tiered, second level working elevator set. So it's a very exciting
Working
set.
elevator.
Working elevator. Working elevator.
So there's
we're-
somebody behind the stage. Oh, I
No, we don't give away. It's the magic of theater. We don't give that away. We are just happy to be in the last Slack's 90th season, and looking forward to the 91st, of course, after this.
And the play, of course, is called How to Succeed in Business Without Even Trying.
Really trying.
Without really trying. But I want to I wish I could have had the whole cast on, because every one of them has got to be a fabulous part of the show. I've been to auditions and just sit in and watch your auditions, and I don't even know how you choose
It's difficult.
any of the actors or performers, because every one of them seems to be just over the top as far as talent goes, and I'm sure that's with all of you
Agreed,
as well.
yes.
Good.
Yeah.
And again, we want to go over that one more time. It's going to be running through May 5th through the 14th. All the evening shows begin at 8 p.m. The Sunday matinees are at 2 p.m. So if you don't want to drive at night, you can go for a matinee. Tickets are reasonable, and you can find them on Facebook and also at slocktheater.org. Get your tickets and don't be late getting them, because you may not succeed
I like that, Ann.
in getting a seat. Okay, I'm Ann Frilly. You've been listening to some of the actors and also the performers from Schenectady Light Opera's How to Succeed in Business. So without even trying, stay tuned. We're going to take a little bit more of that Gospel Jubilee. And when we come back, we're going to go all the way over to Albany and find out what is a shot in the dark. Stay tuned. Okay, good.
Thank you, Anne.
Yeah.
And here we are back again, and I'm so pleased to present you actually we have the director and also two of the actors from A Shot in the Dark. Now, I'm not sure, but isn't this sort of the Pink Panther kind of?
Yes.
I mean, that was the very first one of the Pink Panther.
the play itself was adapted into the second Pink Panther movie with
Okay.
Peter Sellers. So they did the Pink Panther, and then they did A Shot in the Dark.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's adapted from the play, which was the original
It's
material.
a French, is it French?
It is,
Yeah,
yes.
French, yeah. Well, actually, I'm speaking with Rachel Sheffer. She is the director of the play. And we have two of the actors. We have Sarah Baldwin and we have Wayne Broman. How do you pronounce that?
Bowmanchester.
Bowmanchester.
Yes.
Yes, good. Good English name. Good. And we're going to be learning a little bit more about the play. Tell us what it's about, because if I recall, this was just a hysterical.
Yes,
It's sort of like a farce, but not
yes,
really.
the movie is, like I said, it's based off the play, but it's quite loosely based off the play. So the main character is Paul Savine, who's a magistrate in Paris, and he is questioning. He's given a murder case. He's questioning, or basically trying to figure out who done it. And Sarah, but Wayne plays Paul Savine, the magistrate, and Sarah plays a maid who's employed in the household. Where the murder takes
She knows
place.
where everything, everything's hidden.
Yes, she's found with the gun in her hand, with no clothes on, and the dead man across from her in her bedroom. And so the assumption is that she's the murderess, but it's not really quite that clear. As we go along the play, we find out that it's not really as black and white as it seems.
Well, now you have a very interesting part, Sarah.
It certainly is.
I'm just
Yeah.
going to say all the clothes remain on in the show.
Even though she's not supposed to be.
Well, I mean,
It's
she's
an
found
illusion.
that
It's
way.
an illusion.
She's found that way. Once we get to the questioning part,
Oh,
you
we
know,
find out
all the
that's
clothes
how
are
it
still on.
So
Yeah.
you maintain your dignity.
We talk about it, but we don't show anything.
No,
That's all.
no.
Okay. Well, and Sarah, how long have you been acting?
Well, I went to SUNY Oneonta for theater, 2004 to 2008, and I actually haven't really been acting much since. I kind of took a chance auditioning for A Shot in the Dark, and I'm so thrilled to have been casted. And so I'm just sort of getting back into it.
It's so much fun, isn't it?
It is. It's really been a blast.
So that you took
Really
quite a
enjoyed it.
hiatus from school to
Did, yeah.
going back to acting, but once that bug hit you, no end to it.
Yeah, that's
No.
for sure.
And let's find. How long have you been acting too?
Actually, the very first play I was ever in was 27 years ago.
What? 27 years ago? That
yeah.
was when you played the tulip in something or other.
No, actually, that was
Kindergarten.
my 10th grade year of high school.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little older than most people think I am, which is a good thing. So I've been, I'm trying to think. I've done probably 25 shows since then, but
Oh my goodness!
How
How seasoned you are. That's nice.
And I also I used to be a school teacher, so I did a lot of theater in schools. So I've probably directed closer to 35 plays that way.
So it's in your blood.
Yes,
Have
absolutely.
you ever played this part before?
No, I had actually never heard of the play. I heard
Really?
I heard about the auditions about 4 days before they took place, and was like, you know what, I just want to give it a shot, and here we are.
And you did. You got a shot in the
There,
dark.
there we go.
Well, whatever. So how large is your cast, Rachel?
We have 7 people in the show.
Okay, so it's not a very large cast.
No, very small.
And we won't see Inspector Clouseau.
No. They when I say loosely adapted,
Yeah, I
that's
know,
really
I
what I
understand.
mean.
Yeah.
They basically Peter Sellers said I would do it, I'll do it, but you have to make it Clouseau.
Yeah.
So yeah, they sort of adapt Paul Savine's character into the Clouseau character.
yeah.
So he's not quite as affected, I guess
Yeah,
would
that's
be a good word.
That's a good word.
You know, Clouseau really goes over
He's
the
over the
top.
top, yeah.
And Savine is a little bit more grounded in terms of character, so yeah.
Well, Clouseau, of course, I mean, he was such a character in
Yes.
all of the plays.
Yeah, it's very distinctive.
Such a buffoon that it was like, oh my gosh, how dumb can this guy be? But anyway,
Yeah.
But you're not that, right, Wayne?
No.
He's very smart.
We play it very seriously. In fact, the character is almost too serious. Before he became the magistrate, he actually worked in a law office, and so he's very comfortable with books and following things step by step.
But not naked maids.
No, and all the personalities in the play really kind of throw him for a loop because he's not used to that wild and crazy world that they all very much represent. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's also very recently employed there, so it's like his first real thing. It's
Yeah.
the first thing he's given is this murder case, and he's
even
sort of,
go.
you know, he's a little bit at sea at the beginning, and you know, kind of finds his way as we
So
go.
I've seen your name before. Are you acting and also directing?
No, I avoid being on stage in front
Okay.
of people, but yes,
Except for today.
yes, yeah, I suppose.
Oh my God! I just realized.
Oh no!
It, right?
Oh no! Yeah, I don't perform, but I direct and stage manage in the area. I've been doing that for about 11 years now.
Yeah,
so
and it's really well. We need people behind the set. I mean, without
it's
people,
definitely more my
yeah,
forte.
without having good directors and producers, as we saw in the last segment, you don't have. I mean, actors are there, but they need direction. No, you don't need.
Oh, absolutely we do. And Rachel's one of the best. She really helps bring out what we can bring to the characters.
Well, I
Fantastic.
think it's a marriage between the director and the actors because you want to bring something of yourself into the character, but you still want that character to be true to what the writer, the playwright did. So it's important.
Absolutely.
We're going to, I do want to mention that this is also on between the 5th and the 21st. There are 3 weekends that they do it. And their performances are at 7:30 at 3 p.m. for the matinee. Are reasonable, $18, at the albanycivictheater.org and go to their website and check it out. It sounds like a really fun play, and you know, it's sort of a spring. Spring is here. Mm-hmm. Let's have a laugh.
Yep.
Let's enjoy it. And if you haven't been to their theater, it's over at 222.
I think it's 235.
235 Second. I
Avenue.
knew it's something over there on Second. And anyway, I got the 2 there. I know that. And then the street parking, but when you go in, it's just a lovely theater. It's like a black box theater, and if you're in the first row, you're on the stage.
Oh yeah.
Very, very intimate with the cast.
It's an
yes.
intimate theater, and I love it. I love it there. So I want to encourage you all to enjoy Shot in the Dark, and you won't be disappointed because it's always fun to see a good comedy. So thank you all for being here, and I have to say break a leg.
Oh,
So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be talking with Kirk Huang, and he's with the U.S. China People's Friendship Association. Stay tuned. We got to be in, right?
Yeah, I think so.
back again. And with me, I have my friend Kirk Huang on. He's the president of the U.S.-China People's Friendship Association. This organization, as a matter of fact, I just said to him, I have a VHS I'm going to give you from way back when, and I'm trying to remember what year it was, but I think it was like 1999 or something like that.
Yes.
It was way back when.
Yes.
And so you've been involved with the organization a long time.
Yes.
And what got you started, Kirk?
Well, it's very coincidental. This was way back, I think, like you said, 1999. I saw, right now I really couldn't quite remember, but there was an event that USCPFA held at the time, and I went to the event, and from then on I just continue working in the organization.
Yeah, and you have been in it a long time, and I'm looking, and the year is 2000.
Oh, okay.
And you were on with Mel Horowitz.
Yes, yes.
So that was, I mean, and I'm transferring all of my VHS tapes to DVDs to protect the history of Schenectady and the organizations that have been on the show. You have a big event coming up, and I haven't got my ticket yet, but I will. And they have an annual dinner every year, and it's awards dinner. Tell us a little bit about that, and how can people get tickets?
Yes, this is an event we do every year, usually in April, and it's kind of membership get-together, socializing, and along
Good
with
food.
Yes, and along with the visiting scholars and students from China in the local colleges, and along the dinner we also give out awards, such as the student awards. We award a student or couple students who are studying Chinese in the local high school, and
there's more of that, isn't there? More of a studying of Chinese.
Yes, I think it's getting popular, and we also, as you know, we also have a Confucius Institute now.
I had them on the show. Is that no relation, because her name is Huang too?
Yes, no relation, but it's good to know another Huang.
Yukun
Huang.
Yeah.
Yes, and toward the end of the program, we also have entertainment, both American and Chinese entertainment. So overall, it's just a good time. Everyone all enjoyed it.
And it's at the Capitol Buffet.
Yes.
And they give out friendship awards. They give out a number of awards. And usually we see Tonka there, and some of the politicians will come and stop by and say, "Attaboy."
Yes, right. They are all, these politicians are all very supportive of our organization.
Yeah.
Basically, we are promoting the friendship between people of the two countries.
Right, and I know that, I don't know if you know, but Schenectady and Kunming are sister cities as well, and trying to promote the friendship between those two cities. Fortunately, Kunming is about 7 million, and here we are. We're a little bit smaller than them, but they're very delighted to be here and to come and visit us. They do, the U.S. CPFA, we had a national convention here, by the way. Remember that?
Yes,
That was a while back, 2004 or 5 or something like that.
2005.
Yeah.
And of course, Anne was part of the organization committee, helped out a lot with the publicity and promoting the event. Thank you, Anne.
Yeah,
and
no, it was really a good thing to highlight our cities and to let people from around the country, because they came from all over to visit us, and that was.
Yes, it was a very good event.
And the other thing I like about your organization is that you do so much for the students that are visiting scholars, because you have the apple picking, you have the Halloween. What you do is you introduce them to events, sporting events, and things that they might not be aware of in our country.
That's true. I think I mentioned about promoting the friendship and also understanding between people of the two countries. And one of the things we are doing, as you mentioned, we try to let them acclimate to the U.S. culture and like Halloween, the holiday, different holidays. We took them to a baseball game, and we also have like Christmas get-together dinner. And other than that, we also do other social events
You do a
and
cooking
speak.
class even.
Yeah,
You do a little cooking class too with Allison as well.
Yes, in January, about the time of Chinese New Year.
Yes,
a good celebration.
And she's a good cook, so that turns out very well.
Yes.
If you would like to join in, it might be an interesting thing if you've never been to a banquet like that. It's a very casual banquet. It's held at the Capitol Buffet over on Wolf Road. The food is excellent, isn't it?
Yes.
And you have a private room.
Yes.
So that makes it very nice. And you'll hear a few little short speeches, but not anything very long. But you will get to meet a number of the Chinese scholars, the young adults that come from China. Do you find that there's more interest in coming to this country, or is there, now that under the new administration, people are a little bit nervous about coming, or how's that working?
I don't think so. I think the Chinese, they are still very much like to come visit this country.
Yeah.
And I don't think the new administration would any deter on that desire.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I really am.
So every year we do have many visiting scholars from China, and of course the students from China.
Every one of them that we've met has been just delightful,
Yes.
that we've enjoyed
Right.
sharing our homes with. So thank you so much for being here and doing so much to promote friendship, because friendship has to start at the lowest level.
Yes.
So that it's a people to people, not so much government to government.
Yes, that's true.
They get in the way. The government gets in the way. We need to be people to people. Again, that event will be on Saturday, the 29th. Saturday, right? The 29th at 6 p.m. Dinner at 6:30. And please, if you've got hankering for some good Chinese food and you want to support a nice organization, price is very reasonable for dinner. I think it's $14 if you're not a member and $10 if you are. Please take the time to explore just new areas, maybe outside of your comfort zone. Go do it, and you're going to have a good time.
And
thanks so much.
You're
for
welcome.
being
And also visiting our website.
Yes, and we've got
and
that. I think we
Facebook.
put that right up there.
Yeah.
You're on Facebook, and their website is USCPFA-NY. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you,
Don't
Ann.
forget to take that with you.
Thank
Good.
you.
We're going to watch a little bit more of that Gospel Jubilee, and when we come back, we are going to be hearing about the Philadelphia Bronze. Stay tuned. Thank you. And here we are back again. And, well, Philadelphia Bronze, what would you think that would be? Well, I got to tell you, it's all about bells.
That's right.
And chimes,
Yes.
right? So we have two of the guests from the church that they're hosting it. We have David Vincent and Jonathan Mariano. and they're church members from the First Presbyterian Church of Schenectady, which is on Union Street. And they're sponsoring the Philadelphia Bronze.
Yes. So you're probably wondering, what is the Philadelphia Bronze? And the Philadelphia Bronze...
Well, I know I am.
Oh, yeah? The Philadelphia Bronze is a handbell choir. It's actually an advanced handbell choir. They've been together for almost 10 years, and they travel all from Philadelphia. They come from New Jersey, and they are very intense in the way that they look into their music. They do all different genres. They do hymns, classical pieces, jazz, and ragtime. And what's very interesting about having the Philadelphia Bronze is our own church has a handbell choir, and I've invited David Vincent, who's not only a handbell ringer, but also a church historian, to come and speak to us a little bit about handbells and demonstrate them for you. But we have a neat history at our church where David Vincent and Jim Stewart wrote a history of our church called Sure Foundations.
What is it?
Called Sure Foundations.
Sure?
Yes.
S-U-R-E.
So this is 256 years that First
An
Press has
old
been
church
there.
there.
Very old church. But we've had a handbell choir, and it turns out that Jim Stewart's daughter is the one who leads this handbell choir from Philadelphia. So,
Oh,
David,
really? What a connection.
Yeah, it's a great connection. So we thought we would highlight that, and that's why we're bringing them to play at
let's have
First
David
Press.
tell us a little bit about, I know the first story he tells me today was about,
About the chimes?
yeah, tell me about that. Tell our viewers about
There
that.
are not only bells,
Yeah, those are bells.
made out of bronze, right?
Are
or
they really
brass.
bronze, or is that just a color?
I think
You
they
don't
really-
know.
I think they really are.
Okay,
But
good.
there are also chimes, and these are probably aluminum, but they have a much mellower ring. But I brought three in particular, the G, the E, and the C. And that may be a familiar tone, or three tones. You'll associate it with NBC, but it actually originated in Schenectady. G for general, E for electric, and C for company. Because the first TV station, as you hopefully know, was a Schenectady station.
Yeah, and
So-
NBC was the
and
year
NBC
for-
adopted it, but
Yeah.
that's why I brought those.
Yeah, that's really cool. Now, those are chimes.
Those are chimes.
You know, I always think of chimes as something that you kind of, brush something
These are-
against, and
these
they
are
go
hand
ding, ding,
chimes.
ding.
Hand chimes, as in
These are hand chimes.
hand bells.
And so they play those along with,
They will play them along with the bells. The bells
are they like instruments?
Bells
I
are
mean,
the primary instrument, but yeah, these are all percussion instruments. Of course, they don't make any sound unless one surface hits another surface.
and I tried.
And so to ring the bell, and there are many techniques of ringing that I'll demonstrate some of them. You lunge the bell forward and then move your wrist. So sometimes it's a sustained tone, and often you'll see bell ringers doing this. So you have to damp the bell against your chest, which can be painful.
Well, because
on
you're not
occasion.
playing all of them. You've got 10 people
You-
playing, or
Yeah,
however number.
Well, I think the
I don't
Philadelphia
know how
group has
many.
a dozen.
I made it up.
Yeah, they have a 12 people in the group,
Okay.
And the
including
bells
the
can be
director.
so big that they can't be lifted. And
What?
those would be played primarily with a mallet. And I'll demonstrate mallet playing.
Okay.
I know you've never heard that.
No, I've
little
never heard that.
ditty before.
You just made it up.
I
No.
did. I woke up this morning and that was in my head. I don't really know where it came from. So typically, you'll have 4 or 5 bells. You'll have the sharps and the flats. And bells, I think, perhaps come in as many octaves as the piano. I don't know.
So you could have
Yeah.
88
Well,
bells?
something like that, yeah.
My understanding is that they set their bells up just like the keyboard, and they can play such intricate pieces as Rimsky-Korsakov's Flight of the Bumblebee.
Oh,
and that's
stop.
actually going to be performed on April 28th if you come to the concert at 7 p.m. at First Presbyterian Church. So a fabulous group, and you'd be surprised how wonderful it is when all these bells ring. And being a musician myself, one of the things I love about bells is that they never go out of tune. Everything is perfectly
Really?
in tune. The only thing that can go wrong
If you dent it.
is it not only dent it, but if somebody rings at the wrong time and then the sounds clash.
happens.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I don't usually wear gloves like this, by the way. I just want to point that out. But
You
because
just want to be a little bit of a Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
something like that. No rhinestones. But fingerprints will mar the surface, and these do
Oh.
have to be polished from time to time.
Well, that makes
So-
sense. Now, just so everyone knows, when I looked at the bells, you have like, everyone is labeled.
Correct. Yeah.
And how are they, I mean, are they like the steel drums where they really have to tune them to get them perfect or what?
When they make them, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And then there's some maintenance involved, and it turns out my E has a broken spring. It shouldn't do that when I just do that. So that's a little
So
maintenance
do
needs
you
to be
have
done there.
a bell repairer?
Yeah, one of our volunteers in the bell choir. A couple of other techniques for ringing, and you'll see all of these techniques and many more. And I've watched the YouTube videos of this group, and it is incredibly impressive. I would never be able to play in that group. But some things, and so to build interest in the music, there are a number of things you can do. One of them is called a martellato, which is doing
Ooh, be
something
careful.
like that. No, it's okay, perfectly okay.
It's
And then
okay
there's-
to do that?
Then there's a martellato ring, which makes a very different sound than just that. And then there's a couple of echo techniques. One of them is, you hear that? And then
I
another
didn't
one
know
is,
you could do that much with
I
bells.
know, I
Another
didn't
one is-
either.
is this.
Ooh, you get a little Doppler effect.
Well, little Doppler.
What's interesting too, if people want to know more about the group, they can go to philadelphiabronze.com, where there's a number of different videos that they can watch of the group. And one of the videos is they're doing the Star Spangled Banner for the Philadelphia 76ers. There's a huge basketball game where they're playing for it, so you can see that clip. And there's also a little informational clip about how bells are made, and the people can learn a lot about that.
Well, this has just been so educational for me to learn a little bit more about the bells. You know, you just think they're bells and people pick them up and they just, because I've seen them do that, you know, they pick up the bells and they do that, but these are different than
Lots
that.
of other stuff.
Yeah, these are more, I guess if you would range it, these are the classical bells. You know.
I suppose.
Yeah, yeah. And, well, I mean,
Yeah, definitely not that.
Not definitely.
Not this one,
a
huh?
couple steps ahead of that.
And then another technique is, and the smaller bells, sometimes the music calls for that. I'm typically playing bells that are much bigger than these.
and you have to use the mallet on
And
it.
in this, mine are still, they pick the strong guys,
Oh.
you know. But the smaller bells can be played two in a hand. Now, I don't do that because I don't play the small bells, and I've never learned how to do it. But one is swinging this way and one is swinging this way. So you don't have to put a bell down, pick another bell up. All these things are fun to watch, especially if you know what's going on, but the music
Well,
is
I
phenomenal.
think people should get out there. It's a free will offering, so you can give whatever you think, and it seems to me you're going to be giving large contribution after you hear these guys. This is on Friday the 28th at 7 p.m., and it's the Philadelphia Bronze, and you can go to their website at www.philadelphiabronze.com. But the important thing is you can always go to YouTube and search, and then you get to hear all the really great bits and pieces of them. So how did you get them to come?
Well, through Martha,
Yeah,
since
because,
she's
yeah,
connected with the church,
Stuart,
they're
right.
actually going to be doing another concert on Saturday over at Nyack College. There's a huge handbell convention where 15 different handbell groups are going to be performing. So they'll be coming on their way, and it made sense for them to come to Schenectady and do this concert.
How wonderful.
And just so people know also, the concert's going to be over at McKeel Hall, which is one of the larger buildings off to the left side of our campus. Near the sanctuary, which was built around 1840 with beautiful acoustics and a nice amount of space for the handbell choir to set up.
Let's give them a warm welcome by filling the area, their hall there, for this wonderful concert. It's one of a kind, and you're not going to see this every week, right?
That's for sure.
So I thank you both for being here. And
Thank you for having
giving
us.
me a primer on the bells. I
And you
had
got
no idea, and I even got to try and, which is pretty difficult to make it go. But the chimes was another thing. I always thought chimes were a lot different than those, but those are hand chimes.
Hand chimes.
Hand chimes, got it. Well, anyway, you're going to hear us a little bit more about the Gospel Jubilee, and when you come back, you're going to be hearing from Monica Miranda, and she's brought a guest with her too, who's a singer and songwriter. Stay tuned. Great. Thank you so much. It was just a delight.
Can I say this? Oh, I know that I can. I know that I can stand. No matter what may come my way, my life is in His hand. Who do you call on? Listen, with cheer I can stand. With Him I know I can stand. No matter what may come my way, my life is in. Listen, you don't have to worry, and don't you be afraid. Come on, you gotta tell yourself if you know it. Come on. Joy comes in. Come on, tell yourself trouble fail. You got it. For there's a friend named Jesus. I'm here to remind
Here we are back
somebody.
again. And I have
Your tears.
Thanks, Ann.
Just such a force when it comes to the Hispanic Coalition of New York and what she's doing. And one of the things that they're doing is they're 40 under 40 rising stars. But with her, she's brought Brian Rafael Cortez. Is that correct? You're a singer and songwriter?
Yes, that's true.
Yes, and is he a winner or what?
So yes, Byron is one of our 2016 40 under 40 rising stars, and as all the other rising stars, he was selected because of his not only accomplishments, achievements, but the work he's doing in the community. And for him, most recently, he actually participated in the Ring of Hope.
Yeah.
And I think with Angelo Mazzone, tenor.
That was Angelo Michael Mazzone.
Yes.
And, with his wonderful operatic voice.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes,
So,
he does.
but I'll let Byron tell you about his involvement in that program and his community activism.
Yes. And where are you from?
I am originally from Quito, Ecuador.
Oh,
South
Ecuador.
America, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so I got the pleasure to work with Michael Angelo again. I met him briefly a long time ago at a fundraising event in Saratoga. I was doing photography work, and somehow we
Connected.
mutually, yes.
Such a nice
were
guy,
introduced.
isn't he?
So he proposed to me the idea to collaborate with him, and I have worked in the past at GE Theater doing some fundraising in the past as a host, lead, musician. So I didn't think twice to be a part of this great mission, the Ring of Hope. I got to meet the coach on the rehearsal date. I got to meet Mr.
Vince Kittle.
And
Yeah.
The mission, of him starting his own gym, after being a Marine, U.S. Marine in 2004, he thought it would be a great outlet.
He's a great guy.
Yeah,
He's a great guy.
for young adults, for kids to be an outlet to keep them, focused, keep them centered in education and their school and the hard work, and then is raising a lot of more, rates for graduates, and
He
in
really
high
is.
schools.
He's doing a good job.
So it was an amazing experience to be
Now
part
you're a
of it.
singer and songwriter. Would you like to play a little something
Sure,
for us
yeah.
with that? And tell us, is this something that you've written?
This is a song that I wrote about a year ago. It's called Mañana Vuelvo por Ti, and it's a little bit mix of Spanish and English. Since English has been my second, language to
Well, you do very well.
learn, I figure I would create something mixed, a little bit combined,
Good, thank
so
you.
I'm gonna summarize it real quick.
Byron
So-
Raphael, is that correct?
Yeah.
Cortez.
Thank you.
My love, me voy esta noche, pero te prometo que mañana vuelvo. Sí, mi amor, me voy esta noche, pero te confieso que mañana vuelvo, a menos que sea entre tus piernas o entre tus cabellos, amor. Me voy esta noche, pero te prometo, mi rico bombón, que mañana vuelvo por ti.
goes on and on. It's so
Listen, I hope you've recorded that because you have a beautiful voice,
Thank
and
you.
I could
Thank
listen
you
to
kindly.
you all day
Thank you so
long.
much.
Me
Beautiful
too. Me
voice.
too. Yes.
I can see why you
But
chose
so
him.
Byron is one of the rising stars, and as you know, the purpose and the goal of the program is to recognize folks in the community across New York State, because this is a statewide
It's a
recognition
statewide competition.
for the way that they are giving back to the community. And sure, they have to show their accomplishments, what they are doing, but also so very important for us to see that they are giving back to the community.
And well, the fact that you've helped with the Ring of Hope, that's a wonderful project. And I'm so sorry. I was down with the flu. I was supposed to be there that night, and I would have heard you. But I was just like flat on my back with the influenza B virus, which was nasty. But anyway, I missed it.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming here and giving me a little concert.
We do have, I did record a video on main stage here at Proctor's.
Oh, you did?
Thank you. Thanks to Proctor's and Philip Morris, Dan Sheehan for having us, giving me the opportunity. And I also, like Philip Morris, loves to encourage local artists.
He does,
I love
he
to
does.
do the same, in a smaller perspective, but I want to tell the youth to remain, involved in the community. And there's also, I'm working with a studio that I want to be involved more as a parent also of a child. There's a place called the Create Community Studios. It's right here nearby. I wanted to let everyone know. It's in 137 State Street, Schenectady. And they are involved with many, many programs and workshops in Saratoga, Schenectady area. So I just wanted to let everyone know that's
I
out
need to
there
get
for
them on the
everyone.
show and
Yeah.
talk about
Absolutely.
what they do.
Yeah.
Really, I'll be in touch. Maybe
great.
you can help me with that.
That'd be great.
So when is your big announcements of all the winners?
So that won't happen until after, probably around July or
Because
even
right
August.
now you're
Right.
accepting nominations.
Correct. Up until the end of May, and then we'll have the review committee go through them, and they'll can nominate, and people can self-nomination. No one ever gets to see that, and it doesn't matter how we get the nominations.
Right,
Just
right.
get them to us.
Get them to, because
Yes.
we need to celebrate the people that are doing really good things, and the Hispanic community certainly has its share of wonderful performers and scientists in every walk of life.
Yes.
And we need to celebrate that, and the 40 under 40 does that, the
that-
rising stars.
And that's exactly correct. We want to, Byron brought his recognition award, which
Yeah.
I love. We want to show the community that the Hispanic community, Hispanic Latino community, we are proud to be Americans. We live here, this is our home. So we want to make sure that we are making a better place for our kids, but
Everybody.
everyone. So
Right.
that's the importance of the recognition.
And you've been
And-
contributors for many, many years.
absolutely.
Yeah. And we need to recognize that.
thank
And
you.
I love your music.
Thank
I've
you.
just
Thank you
gotta,
so very
yes.
much.
I mean, if you're an example, wow. Bam.
Yes.
I
Thank
need
you.
to tell you who's coming up next week. You don't need to move. We're having the Dudley Observatory on, the Friends of the IBA. They're going to bring some raptors with them. Jewish Community Center will be here. John Davidson concert coming up. And the Open Door Bookstore. So we have a great lineup for next week, and I want to thank you all for watching. I'm going to go back to my guests, but I do want to encourage people to go to your website, make a nomination.
Yes, please.
And if you know anyone of the Hispanic heritage that you would like to nominate that has an accomplishment.
But also, who is giving back to the community?
Right.
That's the really important piece. Because we could have a nomination from someone who has a law degree, who's practicing law, but what are they doing
What are they
to
doing?
make
What
the
are they doing to
community
give
better?
back?
Yes, exactly. That's
give
the
back to
big
the
piece.
community.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
and you are a prime example, Monica. I mean,
Thank
you've
you.
done so much for so many years. I've known this
Thank you.
woman for a long time, and she just excels every
thank
year.
you. But we just, through the Hispanic Coalition, the idea is that to celebrate the diversity, but to show that we as a community are making
A
our
difference.
state better, that we're exactly.
Good.
So
Thank you both
thank
for
you.
being
Thanks,
here.
Ann,
so
for
much
having
for
me.
Thank you for the personal
Serenade.
concert. You're wonderful. You really are.